Have you ever felt trapped? Like life itself has locked you in a prison you couldn't escape? That's exactly where two men found themselves nearly 2,000 years ago. Their names were Paul and Silas, and what happened that night would shake not only a prison but the hearts of everyone who heard their story. This is the night when praise broke the chains. It all started with a miracle. A slave girl had been freed from an evil spirit, but instead of celebration, chaos followed. Her masters, angry at losing profit, dragged Paul and Silas into the marketplace, shouting accusations. The crowd joined in, and soon the two men were stripped, brutally beaten with rods, and thrown into the deepest, darkest cell of Philippi's prison. The jailer, a hard, disciplined man, didn't just lock the door, he clamped their feet in heavy, painful stocks and walked away, convinced no one could ever escape from this place. Imagine the scene. The cell was cold, the air thick with silence, and the smell of blood. Their bodies ached from the beating. Most people in that situation would have given up. They would have cursed their fate or wallowed in despair. But not Paul and Silas. Around midnight, when the darkness was at its deepest and the silence was most profound, something truly unexpected happened. Instead of groans of pain or cries of anger, Paul and Silas began to pray, and then they started to sing. Their voices, though weak at first, grew stronger and stronger. They sang hymns of praise, their voices echoing through the cold stone walls, rising above the pain, the fear, and the suffocating darkness. The other prisoners, accustomed to the sounds of misery, listened in stunned silence. No one had ever heard such a sound in a place like this. Songs of hope rising from within heavy chains. They sang about freedom, about unwavering faith, about a God who never fails his people. And as they sang, heaven itself was listening. Then, suddenly, boom! A violent earthquake shook the very foundations of the prison. The walls trembled so fiercely that every chain on every prisoner snapped open. The massive prison doors flew wide. It wasn't just a random earthquake. This was a divine intervention, a direct response to their praise. But here's the most astonishing part of the story. Even with the doors wide open and their chains broken, no one ran. Every single prisoner stayed right where they were. Why? Because something far greater than a simple escape was happening. In that moment, the powerful presence of God filled that dark, broken place. The jailer was jolted awake by the violent shaking. Seeing the prison doors wide open, he immediately assumed the worst, that all the prisoners had escaped. In that culture, a Roman guard who lost his prisoners would face a brutal execution. Overcome with panic and hopeless despair, he drew his sword, ready to end his own life. But just as he was about to do it, Paul's voice cut through the darkness with urgency. "Don't harm yourself. We are all here." The jailer froze, his hand trembling. He couldn't believe it. He called for a light, ran into the cell, and fell at their feet, shaking. "Sirs," he asked, his voice choked with emotion, "what must I do to be saved?" And they replied with the most powerful words he would ever hear. "Believe in the Lord Jesus, and you will be saved, you and your household." That very night, the man who once guarded physical chains found true freedom for his own soul. He washed their wounds, brought them into his home, and his entire family was baptized before the sun even rose. The story of Paul and Silas isn't just about prison walls or broken chains. It's a powerful testament to what happens when you choose worship over worry, faith over fear, and praise over pain. When you find the strength to sing in your darkest moments, heaven moves on your behalf. When you trust God in the middle of your storm, freedom finds you, often in the most unexpected ways. Whatever prison you might be facing today, whether it's anxiety, loss, fear of failure, or a situation that feels hopeless, remember this story. The same God who shook that ancient prison in Philippi is still in the business of breaking chains today. He hears your song, even when it's just a whisper. If this story touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Let's create a wave of hope. Comment below. Faith breaks chains. Like this video to help share this powerful message with others who need to hear it. And make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more extraordinary stories from the Bible, where every week faith comes alive and miracles still happen. Thank you for watching.